So this is a video that a few people have actually requested for me to make. The stock's name is Gril, G-R-I-L, and it is on the Nasdaq under the name Muscle Maker Inc. So yeah, a lot of people have asked me to look at this stock. Tonight we are going to be looking at how it has been moving over the past week and over the past few months. Then we are going to be reflecting on what could happen in the future, obviously looking at a little bit at some of the company's financials and establishing whether this company may or may not be the perfect stock buy right now. Obviously I am not a financial advisor, but if you may enjoy this video, do make sure to watch it all the way through till the end, and of course do subscribe because we talk about all different stocks on a daily basis. But yes, let's start off and jump into this video looking at Muscle Maker Inc. Right, so starting us off, we are going to start off on Yahoo Finance. Looking on Yahoo Finance down here, we get a very quick description of what the company does. Basically, Muscle Maker Inc. owns, operates, franchises Muscle Maker Grill and Healthy Joe's restaurants under the Muscle Maker Grill name. So that gives us an understanding of what they do. Of course, they work in the restaurant sector and they have these two names here, Muscle Maker Grill and apparently now Healthy Joe's restaurants. So there we go. Basically, as of December 2019, this was on the 31st, we can see that the company had 10 company-owned and 28 franchise restaurants. So basically, we can see there that they own about 38 restaurants if we do compare them. Obviously, 10 is directly owned by the company, a further 28 is owned by franchisees. And this was back in 2019. Not too much information I was able to find about the company's financials this year. Perhaps they have not been published yet. And if anybody does know where they are, please do drop me a comment down below. I would definitely love to take a look at them. But yeah, this is obviously as of 2019 and they did have a lot of restaurants then. But obviously the company is located in the United States, also Kuwait as well, so that is interesting. But basically Muscle Maker Inc. was incorporated back in 2014 and is based in Burleson, Texas. So that gives us an understanding of what the company does. Again, we can have a further look at this going directly to their website, where we can see a few of their products and ultimately what they do. So again, it talks about what they do. You can see a few articles here. If you do want to have a quick read, it basically just tells you, obviously it talks about having healthier versions of mainstream favorite dishes, which is cool as well. I think this is very interesting because it obviously makes it easy and affordable and enjoyable to eat healthy. So this definitely could be a large market for the future. We've spoken about this with companies in relatively similar market spaces. People at the moment, and I think rightly so, but people do want to eat healthily. It makes sense, guys. Of course it is good for you to do so. And companies who can profit off this have done very well in the past few years. Now, I'm not making a direct comparison because it is not a comparison, but we have seen how this industry has kind of taken off. Look at stocks like Beyond Meat and how they have rallied in the past year. But yeah, we basically just get a very quick understanding just going on their website, seeing a few of their products. So that is what they do. Now let's have a look at this other page from their website, talking quickly about press releases. So it talks about a few things which you might want to know about the company. Some of these are as of 2021, which is good. Obviously, looking at what we can see here, we can see Muscle Maker Grill expands its brand offerings, which is nice. And then in January 2020 as well, we also had Muscle Maker Grill aggressively moves into direct customer prepared meal plan market. So that is another smart move in my opinion. I think this one will probably pay off long term because again, direct to customer is good. Yes, the restaurant sector is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but especially with what we are seeing right now, it makes sense because in a lot of countries it's illegal for a start, but people aren't meeting in restaurants anymore, or at least not at the moment. So people being able to order this food directly to themselves is a smart move. Anyway, Muscle Maker Grill opens a second ghost kitchen location in Philadelphia. This was also this year, and back in December we can see a bit more information about the company. So Muscle Maker Grill opens doors to their first ghost kitchen location in Philadelphia with a second to follow. So they actually did follow up on this one. It was quite quick actually, and that is good to see. So again, a lot of good news here about the company we can see. We've got stuff about their, expansions and all that kind of stuff, which is fantastic. And once more, if you do want to have a quick read on this site, you can understand a lot of what they do and how the company is advancing. So I do like the fact that press releases on this site are quite regular. Again, it is now March and we haven't had one since January, late January, but perhaps not much has happened. But yeah, in the past month or so, we have seen a lot of updates from their site, which is good in my opinion. Now, I think this is quite decent for the future of this company. I think there is a lot of potential. Again, looking at some of the 2019 statistics, we can see a bit about the company. We can obviously look at the company's management and whatnot. We can see a few of their, staff here. We have the CEO. There we go. So, and then we also have the CFO down here and the Chief Operating Officer right here as well, followed by the Chief Marketing Officer. So, of course, if you do want to read up a bit more about their information is here. And if you do want to go to this website, it is called craft.co. But yeah, that is just a few members of staff which I thought you might want to know about. So yeah, right now at the moment, I think this company could be a potential decent buy. I think people right now in this market sector are looking for a company like this. I think there is a lot of strength in this industry. I think subsequently the company could see a lot of room to grow. Now, where we stand at the moment, the market cap for the company is only about 27.24 million, which is of course quite small, but going forwards I think there is some potential for this one to keep expanding. I can see a lot of potential on the table right now as people are very interested in the stock and of course what the company actually offers. I speak about this all the time, guys. I think when a company has a real world use and when people will actually utilize this brand in the real world, they do have a lot more potential than just being a hype stock. I think this one is one of these instances where people definitely could use them going forwards into the future. We've established that they already have about 38 restaurants, whether they are franchised or owned directly by the company, and this is good. And we have seen that the company is kind of expanding with their ghost kitchens expanding. They've made about 2 in the last 12 months, I do believe, if not more, which is fantastic. So yeah, the company is doing pretty good in my opinion. Now, share price, going back to the actual share price of the company, we can see the past year, or of course the past few months since January up until now, have brought us in returns of about 30%. So that is not too bad, honestly. Now, we hit highs back here. These highs were pretty high. It took us up 66% from January the 1st until the 12th of February, and in that time period we of course rocketed. But unfortunately, because of that, we did actually sell off by a bit afterwards, bringing us down 32%. We came back up after that ever so slightly, but it wasn't enough to stay, as the stock price has been down for the past few days. And this becomes a bit more clear when we do go in to the past week. So looking at this one on the Monday, we can see a rather large rise in price, which is okay, and subsequently I do believe that this is why the share price has been selling off ever since. Now, looking at the charts, we can see that the sell-off pattern has actually been decreasing, which is good, I do believe. I think going forwards we could see Monday be a green day for the stock. But overall, Muscle Maker Grill, well, I think there is a lot of potential for this company, don't get me wrong. I think the stock does have potential to 2 times in the next year if things do go well for the company. I definitely do hope that they do. In my eyes, I think this company could be a solid buy. Again, I wouldn't buy too much of this one, and if I was going to buy it, I would expect it to double in price maximum, perhaps a little bit more by the end of year, which would still be a decent estimate. So overall, in my eyes, I think this company is quite solid, but I think it is more of a stable growth stock than it is, just more of a quick hype stock. And I think that definitely could pay off for them long term. Now, looking at how this one has been moving since in the past 12 months, we can see that basically from the lows in last September in 2020, we are climbing again by about 70%. So if this one is to dip a little bit further into next week, I think that wouldn't be too bad either. Again, I would like to see it be going back up next week, but if it is to go down a bit, I think it could be an opportunity to buy the dip at a much better price. Now, a pattern that we have been noticing with this stock, and actually quite a lot of other stocks, they have actually been plummeting at open quite a lot recently. So if you are looking to buy the stock, I would definitely recommend to buy mid-session. As we can see, that was technically the best price to get in today. I think in my eyes at least, that could probably be the best price going forwards, because that way we can see what the market is doing for that day, and of course if it dips, it would allow us to get it at a cheaper price. So I hope you enjoyed this very quick video, guys. I will see you again in another one very soon. Goodbye, see you then.